Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Lygia here with your new moon reading in Leo for July 24th, 2025. And wow, we're at the end of the month. Isn't that amazing? This month has been crazy when it comes to our energies and the energies that are being put out by the astrological aspects. So, and when I talk about that, I talk about the planets. The way that the planets are, we have several in retrograde at the moment, and that is really playing a big role on what the energies are like at this time. So especially how we feel. We've certainly, I don't know about you, but sleep is a very big issue for a lot of people. We've got a lot of dream cycles going on, and in those dreams, we're starting to change the way that we're looking at things. So whether or not it's the perspective changes that are happening, or we are also starting to learn and or dealing with things in our dreams. So they're active, and that's another reason why we're probably waking up in the middle of the night. So in that case, have patience with yourself, have patience with those around you. Just be mindful of where your emotional energy is, because it's probably playing havoc with all the energies that are going on. Everything is affecting us all. So having said that, I am using my Oracle card deck, the Take Back Your Power Oracle Guidance cards, and I've picked 3 cards so far for the new moon reading, and I haven't looked at them, so let's look at them together. The first one we have is spirituality. So a lot of us are also getting the opportunity to come back to that spiritual sense of ourselves. We are spiritual individuals. We are the type of individuals that are very unique. We are a channel for the divine, and this is that opportunity to take advantage of it, to being, and I don't mean in a bad way, I mean be the person you're supposed to be in this state of spirituality where you are completely open to what the supportive network is from the divine. And in that sense, because the energies are so crazy at the moment, this is where you're going to see distractions like crazy coming out. So there's all sorts of distractions in the global arena that are there to vie for your attention, but this is that opportunity for you to be quiet within and take the time to meditate, go on nature walks, take the time with your family and loved ones, go for a walk with your animal, being able to do anything that will take your focus and keep it on your life purpose path. So that said, the spirituality card is coming up, especially to remind you to look within, to know that is also coming up on the rise. We're on this jettison to a higher state of consciousness, and it's going to continue right past the end of this year. So that said, we are very much into the heart of it, because July being like kind of the middle of the year, we have a lot of energies that are playing with us and that we can work with, shall we say, to get the desires met that we want to have the goals that we've been looking at, whether it means that like creative goals, work goals, career goals, educational goals, love and relationship goals. All of these type of goals are absolutely perfect for this time, especially in the new moon energy. And because this energy is very, very high, we are getting that opportunity to have them manifest. So our goals are here to manifest. So this is that opportunity for you to figure out what do you want to see for the next cycle? What do you want to see for the cycle between this new moon and the next Virgo new moon? This would be the opportunity to do that. So take the time to go into ceremony for this time. And we do have probably 3 to 4 days prior to the new moon and a couple days thereafter with the same energy. The energy is powerful, so use it, utilize it. The next card we have is courage. We're going to need quite a bit of courage at this time. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We are heading into some pretty rough seas. That said, the courage card is coming up just to say you have it. All you have to do is just get in there and utilize it. Pick it out and use that courage. So if you notice too, in the card there is the cup, and there's also a dragonfly. That means that we're in a transformative time, and that cup is there to remind you that every time you go through incarnations, you are building the cup of courage and strength. And each time that you have gone through, the lessons that you've gone through. And that is the challenges, learning about the challenges, recognizing that they were a challenge, the synchronicities that are involved, and actually moving forward. So it's a resolution of those particular challenges. Every time you do that, you fill the cup. So we're at this stage, there's many of us that are at the stage where that cup is it's almost quite full. So we may be on the very last time of being on this plane of existence. A lot of us are. And that's pretty much where we're helping others who are still on their journey. So the courage card is also going on to any of the distractions that are coming up, are probably also coming up through the political arena. I call it an arena because of the fact that it's just so crazy. It reminds me of a circus. So that said, the whole political schema right now is getting heated, and we need to, I think actually, not only do we have to look at the courage that we already have and know that we can continue on and not have to worry that Spirit has our back, but also to build resilience. You have been building resilience for most of your life, to the point where all the lessons that you've learned are coming to a huge, what do I say? Like basically an achievement where you've gotten to a certain point. It's almost like graduating, basically graduating from the courage school, the school of courage, and you're getting there now because the courage is going to be tested more than ever within the next 6 months. Yes, again, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That's the way it's going to be. If you're in a particular situation right now where it is extremely challenging, know that you can tap into the courage that you already have from that wisdom pot that is within you. And that wisdom pot is held and in co-creation with Spirit. So know that you're never alone, that the courage is building, and it's there because Spirit is always with you. Your guides, Spirit's guides, angels, archangels, ascended masters, your guides are there with you to help you, guardian angels. So let's go on to the third card and let's see the story afterwards. So we have self-constraint. Okay, so this is an interesting card because I feel that self-constraint is exactly the way that it's said. So it means more negatively than it does positively. I'm just going to use the negative and positive here. Self-constraint is constraining the self. It's constraining the authentic self. So it says, don't do this. This is being yourself. Let yourself be your authentic self. And with that, there comes a point for ambition, which if I'm on Instagram now, yes, so my handle is at Take Back Your Power Oracle. You're more than welcome to go in there and take a look. In there, today's card, today being the 24th, is basically ambition. And ambition is that part of us where we are focused. We are uber focused on our passions, on our successes, on things that we are at goal with for our life purpose. And that this is an important time period to really focus, because we are going to get distractions coming at us from left and right. And in that, and it's not ours, it's not necessarily within your family or within your work. I'm talking globally. So we are getting distractions on purpose. And it's because that right from the very get-go, it's to try and take us away from that spiritual side of us. So in this case, this is saying, be your authentic self, and in your authentic self, have your ambition drive you, because the ambition is Spirit that is helping along your, and Spirit can be utilizing your higher self to keep you on your life purpose map. So that said, that is that authentic self is living that desire, living your passions. There is nothing more sacred and more successful and fulfilling than living your passion and working your passion, because then you never work a day in your life, right? You've heard that. And that's exactly what this is talking about. And more people are starting to wake up to this, that if you're in a job that is just a job that's just, I go there just to make money and that's it. Well, think beyond that, because guaranteed Spirit is already thinking beyond that and trying to get you to a particular spot where you are doing your passion. So if you're actually aware of that and knowing that you're living in a particular state where you're just going to work and that's it, you're doing something that you don't like, well, Spirit's going to pull the rug from right under you, and you're going to be doing something that you really enjoy, but not before going through a little bit of challenge, especially emotional challenge. So just for the sake of that, why not just follow your passions? And if you don't know what that is, write some things down. Just write it down. It's like, I love doing this. I love doing this. And every time you see something that you love to do, then consider it as an option that you could pull all your tools together, everything that you've learned in your life, and just do that. And Spirit has, like, whatever the how is, Spirit knows it. You don't need to know the how. How it happens is in Spirit's hands. That's what they would call divine timing, which is also vibrational timing. And at this point, we are in a vibrational timing period of utmost manifestation. So whatever you think about is going to happen. So think of something that you really want to happen, and it will happen. But if you think of something that you don't want, and you ruminate upon that, it will happen. So just saying. So let's go over this as a story. We are at this point doing as much as we can to sit in our spirituality, be that spiritual person. Spirituality is that focus on a higher power, and knowing that the conscious universe is guiding us to where we need to go. So don't be in a state of fear. Just let the spiritual nature of yourself, the higher power, keep you going, and also focus on that. And that gets us into courage. And where we are at this time, this is where we need to pool together to pull out the courage that we already have. Know that you're courageous, that your cup is filling, and that every time you do that, you will feel the courage getting that much stronger, so that anything that comes at you, you can handle, and you know it. Then the next is self-constraint. Well, we are in this point where we should not bother about constraining our authentic self. Our authentic self needs to come out now more than ever. And that is right in line with the new moon in Leo. And Leo is a bold and dramatic, and I think of actors actually, but bold, dramatic, and very outward type of energy. So know that you can be that. Have couth with it. Be mindful about who you're going to be. You're going to influence, but know that that is who you should be. Be yourself. And if you don't know what that self is, write down. Literally, handwrite down what kind of qualities you have or you want to have, and let that be. Send it up into the universe and just let it be. That said, too, if you would like to have something show up in your life, whether it's a relationship, a career that is there, that you don't even know about, just write the qualities about what you want to do. So it doesn't necessarily say, I have to. I'm working in such and such place. You don't need to know the place. Just know the qualities you like to work in. I work in a spiritual workplace. I work in a place where I'm supported by the people that are around me, that sort of thing. So write this down. Trust me, when you write it down and you send it up to the universe, it will happen. So just be mindful of that. So I hope that helps. I know that was kind of a whirlwind, but you are in a highly manifesting time period. Take note of that and utilize it. Know too that whatever comes at you from outside, all the chaos, all the stuff that is happening in the global arena, just keep your reality in focus. Be ambitious. Go after what you want. Keep your eye on everything that's going on, but just don't get caught. Don't get caught in the drama, okay? That said, thank you very much for joining me on this this journey that we have until the next cycle of the moon. And like this video if you do, subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and if you haven't gone to my website, takebackyourpower.live, and signed up for my free newsletter, please do. You get some great insights weekly and or monthly if I'm on tour. Plus, yes, I'm on Instagram again. My Instagram handle is @takebackyourpoweroracle. So I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and